Welcome back, travelers. As always, we are the Improfessionals here to immortalize these stories and characters and hopefully entertain along the way. I'm Joseph, and once again, we are continuing my campaign, Conflicts of Interest. Over the past couple sessions, the Rogue Royals, as the group is aptly named themselves, have dealt with an owlbear, had a few drinks, had some talks with some of their NPC allies, encountered Dementius, a mysterious figure from Peregrine and Nura's past that they don't quite remember and who won't tell them exactly why he has an issue with them. He created a giant, illusory T-Rex with a greatsword that they had to fight before realizing it wasn't real. And they eventually got to Rein, where they realized they have a lot to do. They met with the king and the legendary Reinhardt, and were on their way to, well, meet with John, after having not seen him in quite some time. And as you open the door, you see John sitting on a bed, and he looks and sees you, sees Nura, Peregrine, and Taramin, and his eyes just sort of light up and a smile comes across his face. Hey guys!
John!
Up, bitch.
Good to see you.
Jamin runs over to him. They haven't mistreated you, have they?
What? No, I've actually really been enjoying it here. They have so many books in the library.
Oh, I didn't know you were a reader.
Well, yeah, what else am I supposed to do with my time?
Nur's gonna walk over and put his hand on John's shoulder. You've been good boy.
I mean, I haven't really done anything. I've just been here.
Did you just ask if he was a good boy like a dog?
With that being said, Taramin's gonna walk over and say, "Hello, John.
Oh, hey, Taramin. Good to see you again.
I'm glad to see that you're doing all right yourself."
Yeah, so it's about 3 days from the moon, so I guess they want us to be in the court, outside of the castle, and, see if, Fang is aggressive or see what he does. He's been talking a lot about you guys.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, he says that Nura looks strong. Says that Peregrine has a nice attitude. Says that says that Taramin, has a cold look about him that he really appreciates.
Wow, thank you, Ken. Appreciate that.
I guess that's a compliment.
Hey, whatever you dish out, I'm gonna dish back.
Perhaps let's not provoke the creature. How are you doing, boy? As he looks at John. I'm doing good, sir. I really liked that talk that we had the other day. Of course.
I know I'm interrupting, but this is completely random, but everybody here thinks that you big, strong, mysterious guy. So, I thought that maybe you would know. Do you know anybody named Ezra?
Ezra?
Ezra Feyre.
Why are you looking for him?
Yeah, I actually came here to talk to him about things, because apparently he's like my great
3 hours later.
15 minutes later.
great grandpa or something.
God, how many times is he gonna say it?
Great uncle.
Well, I have to be honest. I don't know if he's alive. Why do you think he's on this continent? I have heard rumors that he was on the continent, but I don't know if he'd ever been here before. I'm sure if you ask around, you will either learn if his whereabouts are to be found or where they are. Regardless, Rogue Royals, young John. In 3 days, in the court just outside of the castle, we will see how Fang interacts with all of you. If all is well, then the king will make his decision. You will be the supervisors of young John while he travels with you on your adventures. Well, if there's anything else, if you want to be left alone for a moment to talk with him, I'll be outside. If we're all done here, then we can all go about our business.
Oh, we're here in the city. Can John leave the castle as long as he's with one of us?
Unfortunately, until the moon has passed, he is not allowed to leave the castle.
Don't worry, John. We'll have you down to the tavern in no time.
I'm still too young to drink.
You can drink.
Don't say that.
Taramin
just
hears this as he says, "Don't worry, your first round of drinks on me.
the king.
It'll be fruit punch."
The king approaching with an ale menacingly.
No, just imagine the king's like, really? I'm changing the law.
You'll be 18 to
He
drink.
made it. He made a justifiable, excuse for Shaman that she's literally 80
He's
years
80.
old. Yeah, she's literally 80. But it is a racial thing as to why you're still not full, mature 21 by the way your race ages. But he can't make that justification for John because John is a human. So.
You can meet my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad.
Who's your dad?
Afara.
Afara. Oh. Is he, So he's what? He came from the Underdark with you or something?
Mm-hmm.
No. Wow, he'll be the third Dark Elf I've ever met.
No, he's a fire gymnastic.
Well, now I'm just confused.
Oh, wait.
Tarzan, when is your surgery?
Wait, surgery? What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting my eye removed.
Ah, why?
I have a tumor behind my eye.
I
You
told
have
him
a tumor behind your eye.
Scary.
God damn.
The Reinhardt is just like, well, this is news to me, but I've already lost one of my eyes, so.
So, how'd you lose your eye?
Oh, well. I have had many battles, but only some years ago I faced off against Cabal Rotnook. During the fight, he punched me so hard in the face that my ocular cavity collapsed.
Can we
Your eye out.
not talk about this?
Oh, right.
Maddie, I was trying to be as vague as possible, but
Alright, I think we see what you're saying.
I think it's pretty clear to see we need to stop the situation now.
I see what you did there.
I see your point. The Reinhardt literally says that, oh yes, I see your point. As John's just like, I don't like these jokes.
It's
I
clear
can
to
see
see.
that.
Yeah, these jokes aren't too punny.
If these jokes were visible, they'd be an eyesore.
Oh, look who's got an eye for humor.
As the Reinhardt just looks and nods slowly.
Him nodding like, gonna kill you.
Wait, so do you have a scary eye under your eye patch, or do you just have nothing?
Oh no, I don't have anything under the eye patch.
Can we see under your helmet?
The Reinhardt just leans in slowly. The last person to see under my helmet died.
But he'll be naked if he takes his helmet off.
No, I'm just fucking with you. As he takes off his helmet.
Just imagine the Reinhardt takes the helmet, pulls off his eye patch, just the Rennick.
So you see, as he takes off his helmet, you're surprised. You knew that the Reinhardt was a 75-year-old human, but you see his scarred, elderly face, still very muscular and quite healthy for his age. You see the large, messy gray beard and the messy gray hair. On his right side, there's an eye patch with the symbol of Plor on it.
Oh, he's old.
This is a lot better than what I was thinking.
What were you thinking?
I was honestly expecting your face to be far more cut up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Not enough enemy strong enough to actually hurt me. As he puts the helmet back on.
You're really old, sir.
I'm younger than you.
You're still old.
Luckily due to my training and the magical enhancements that Plor has blessed me with, I am quite fit for my age. As John, you just hear John in the background. I can't believe I just got to see the Reinhardt's face.
He's old, right?
I mean, yeah, but he's also still incredibly powerful and could probably beat all of us up.
I mean, think about it. There's an old man in a profession with a young guy.
True.
Yeah.
You should still get some really creepy looking eye to put in there. It'd be kind of cool if you could just lift up your eye patch and boo, scary eyeball.
I just lift up my eye patch and go, Hooga Booga!
Ooga booga!
Alright, well, are we done here, or would you guys like a few minutes with John?
I'm gonna hang out with John.
I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna go talk to the king.
I need to go meet with a friend of mine.
Alright. I will lead the two of you back to the king. Nora, you will wait here, and I will retrieve you to go to the dungeon. As the Reinhardt will take Peregrine and Taramin, and Shaman and Nora. For now, you guys are in this room with just John.
Hi, John.
Hey, Shaman. Hey, Nora.
Shaman just sort of leans on him.
You learned anything interesting?
Yeah, actually. I was reading about, some old legends, like, you know, with the crazy world that we live in, you'd be surprised what may or may not actually exist. I was reading up on the history of this continent, and I learned about some sort of legendary kind of boogeyman. This really, really powerful entity called the Black Knight. It's, kind of scary. Apparently, supposedly he was strong enough to topple entire armies by himself. But, there's no actual historic records of him, so as far as we know, he doesn't actually exist.
Shaman, John, why don't you two talk for a moment? I'll just be outside the door. I'm just gonna leave the room.
Like, she'll put his head on his lap and just look up at him. Hi. How's Fang doing? Is he said anything?
Me and Fang don't exactly talk like we're friends.
I know that, but, Fang, are you gonna be a good boy?
Whoa, Fang, what the fuck?
What?
Nothing.
Does he want to tear my face off? Cause...
No.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Ooh!
But, John kind of scoots over, nervously. You know, Shaman, we really don't know each other that well, but... I mean, we're gonna be traveling together, so long as Fang behaves, so... I'd like to get to know you better.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Well, tell me about yourself. Or do you want me to start? Either way is fine.
There's not really much to tell about myself. I'm kinda basic. The only thing of interest that I've ever really done was, you know, the whole Fang situation and being trained as a blood hunter in the, Lunar Kingdom.
Oh, you're a blood hunter?
Yeah, do you know what a blood hunter is?
What is it?
It's heaven, Raiden.
God damn it, no! Stop
this.
He can't keep getting away with it!
You had to repress it too.
Yeah, I know, yes. Well, it's kind of hard to explain. Think of a monster hunter, but with a much more complicated combat style. I was actually perfect for it thanks to Fang. Fang has some sort of inherent power that I can draw upon and use during combat.
Well, what kind of combat ability do you use?
Well, it's, a little weird.
I mean, you're already weird enough. Just tell me.
Hey! You know, Shaman, I don't really know if I want to. You'll probably have to find out at some point if I do travel with you.
Okay, I guess tell me then. I don't know, but I guess I'll see you in action then. I mean, I've already learned everybody else's sort of combat style. Nura goes zippy-zappy with his, electricity stuff. Peregrine go in the shadows and he go pew-pew with his bow. And, Taramin, he go burr. He go burr.
He go burr.
Cutting to Taramin and Peregrine. The Reinhardt gets back to the king, nods to the king. So, Peregrine, who exactly are you looking for?
I need to find Orion. He's one of the guard here.
As King William Lauren just tilts his head up. Ah, yes, Orion. I think he should be, let's see, he said that he had someone to meet with, that must have been you. I believe he's down the right corridor, likely in the break area about this time. As he just points down a certain hallway, if you go that way, there should be a room that just says the rest area, and he should be there.
Thank you. As I start heading off in that direction.
With that, Taramin, you are left in this room with the king and the Reinhardt. Would you like me to be here for this, Your Highness? Or shall I go? I think it'll be fine. Reinhardt, you go on about your business. Yes, Your Highness. As the Reinhardt, despite still having his helmet on now, he just looks to Taramin. Taramin, you get this slightly uneasy feeling. He walks out. Real quick. As the Reinhardt leaves, he eventually approaches to where Nura is. Decided to wait outside and give the kids some time alone.
Yeah. I was actually kind of interested in the kid, so I thought I'd give him some space.
Yeah. It's very hard for them to hide that sort of. Are you still feeling that call of cord?
Of course. Nothing I felt since I walked past the door.
Then follow me. We'll see exactly what it was.
And Nura will follow.
Alright, let's see. We've already kind of done some of what Shaman's gonna do right now, so... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Well, Peregrine's will probably be the shortest, so we'll go ahead and hop over to him. So, Peregrine, you walk down this hallway as the king directed you, and you do eventually come across what says the rest area.
I'm gonna go over and knock on the door. Ryan, it's me.
As you hear, "Oh, come in! Come in!"
I open up the door, see him close back behind you.
Oh,
Okay.
Peregrine, you're right, bollocks. How are you?
Honestly, could be doing a lot better.
Yeah, I got your letter. Some weird fucking, what was he, wizard or some shite. Dementius, you called him. So, what's this guy's problem with you?
Honestly, I don't even know. He's just appears to us in front of us. Says I haven't been living up to my family's values.
Oh, that's a tough break. What the fuck does he know about your family's values? I think you're doing great.
That's right.
I mean, fuck, I lived with your family for fucking generations. Not me in particular, I'm not that fucking old.
That's what I was thinking. Telling me I wasn't a hero, didn't expect me to go fight a T-Rex. Peace then.
Is there anything you think might have triggered that? Anything you done?
I honestly don't know if I can't even remember if we ever robbed from him. To be honest, the only memory I have from the past is when he wiped our memories.
Huh. Well, Terrence and Jill were always talking about how proud they were of you. I mean, you know, friend to friend, you have had a bit of a recent spurt of possibly trying to rob some rich that weren't necessarily bad. Yes?
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kydro told us all about that. Was a bit surprised, to be honest.
New city, or I guess return him back to say, I don't know, this is getting confusing.
Oh, I'm sure it fucking is. Look, whatever the guy's fucking problem with you, he can stick it up his arse. You're a good guy. Did he say anything? Anything that might, set off something in your head? How did he talk to you? Did he talk to you like he wanted to wring your fucking neck, or?
He talked. You know that look a cat gives when it looks at a mouse and it's just pawing at it. It's like that, but with an uglier face.
Oh, fuck. Aye. You're not a mouse to anyone, Tushog. You're too big of a man to be the mouse. You're the fucking lion.
Thank you, Rein. That means a lot. That means a lot coming from you.
You look, I've been here for the past decade or so. trying to be one of them heroic type. Really proud of myself, to be honest. Fought alongside soldiers that were way better than I fucking am. And I've learned something about heroism. Do you want to know what I've known about heroism? Is that it's not the actions. Not every single action. No, it's the man or the woman or the person that you are. People make mistakes. People might even slip up and do something a little wrong now and then. But, you know, they happen. We're all mortal. Even the gods make mistakes, I'm sure. I probably shouldn't be saying that while wearing the symbol of Plor. Might fucking send the sun ray down to fucking kill me, but you know what, I said it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true considering the name a god made Dementius.
Right, you are. Look, Peregrine, at the end of the day, I know what kind of man you are. If this Dementius thinks you aren't a real hero, then he doesn't know what a real hero is. Moving over to Taramin. Taramin, you are in the throne room with the king. Taramin, could you please do me a favor and state your last name?
No.
Yes, see, that's the thing. We've been... Well, be honest, with the whole discussion of you guys being the lookovers. I forgot the word again. For Mr. John, the young boy, I decided to make sure... Supervisors, thank you. I decided to do some more background checking, and we contacted other guilds. Nora and Peregrine came back as slightly troublesome, but they seem to have a good way about them, so I decided not to worry about that too much. Shaman, she has some history, not her own, but we are happy to overlook that, as she has proven to be a good person. One name we struggled to find on any official document, and that was Taramin. Now, I would have chalked this up to perhaps they lost the files, or perhaps you're quite new. That is until a guest came here to the castle to talk with me. As he nods and one of the guards in the room walks out. Tell me, Taramin, do you know a bear folk by the name of Bernardus?
Yes, I do.
After that said, you hear thumps, just bump, bump. And walking out of the area that guard went in, you see the one-armed bear folk, Bernardus, enter the king's hall. Taramin, how you fucking doing? Oh, sorry, your highness. Oh no, I don't fucking care.
As Taramin sees him immediately, he just looks as a tear goes down his face as he rushes over, tackling and hugging him.
Oh, alright. Yeah, good to see you too. Taramin, there's something we need to talk about.
What is it?
I had some guys come talk to me. These are people who know a good bit about a good bit of things. As coming out of that same area that guard went down, you see a Goliath. A Goliath with this these black markings, but he has this kind of red outline. Not the same as Nura's, but it's similar in a way, but not the same. He has this messy beard, these kind of goldish brown eyes. He's very large, and he has this chained axe in one hand. And then following behind him with this kind of black and gray outfit and hood, with a rifle on his back, a lizard folk with gray scales. As the lizard folk speaks up, Mr. Taramin, I was waiting for you and your captain to arrive here on the continent. You noticed me almost immediately. It made me a bit nervous. As Taramin, you recall when you first arrived on the continent, you saw someone on a roof before they quickly moved away. It appears that that person was this lizard folk.
And just stares at him. That was you. On the rooftops when I entered Ecole again.
That's right. You can call me Tak.
Tak. And what do I name you, big guy?
My name is Agnar Firestone.
Agnar Firestone. All right.
He has this kind of grimace about his face, this Goliath does. Taramin, I wanted to talk to you about the person that you were supposed to meet. Here on the continent. You...
As he says this, Taramin just looks at the king.
The king has a calm, not malicious, just calm, relaxed face. The people that you are supposed to meet with, they're a very, very dangerous criminal organization. They call themselves the Black Parade. I'm aware that you have one of their coins on you.
As Taramin hears him say that out loud. Well, really, just had to go out and say it in front of him. As Taramin just removes it from his person, just removing it from his pocket, holding it up.
As the king speaks, you can relax, Taramin. Not here to prosecute. Not yet. As Agnar, he just kind of grips his axe. Do you know any way to get in contact with them yet? As Tak, the lizard folk, just kind of calms him down. Not yet. Not yet. Don't worry.
I don't have any way to get into contact with them. I don't understand what this coin means. I don't know anything about this group. I don't know why I was sent here. And honestly, I could give 10 shits in a can about why I'm here. The only reason why I decided to come back was for my father.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Because people like you, as he points to the king, failed me.
Yes, I am aware that I have made mistakes as a king, and I try my best, and I'm trying my best to right them. I suggest listening to the lizard folk. He has some information for you that you might want. Taramin, the kind of people that you were trying to find. I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think you would want to get involved with them. Agnar, I'm sorry, but do you mind? Go ahead. Your words can't change what happened anyway. Agnar came from another continent. His family, parts of his family, ones he hadn't talked to in quite some time, got involved with the Black Parade. Things happened. Problems were made. That part of his family was killed. But they didn't stop there. Agnar was divorced, so they didn't target the wife. But the leader of the Black Parade, for what reason we do not know, found Agnar's home and stabbed his 9-year-old daughter to death in the living room. And left a message in her blood. Agnar had nothing to do with that side of his family, and his daughter most definitely did not. You may ask how I know so much about it. This gun on my back, it is not loaded. I know that these weapons are illegal. But I do carry it. Because I was once a sniper for the Black Parade, taking out targets for them. I left when I could no longer endure the cruelty, the hate. The Black Parade is not a simple criminal organization, they are monsters. And the leader, the one that they whisper. Though I never met him in person, I know he is one of the greatest monsters of all. Agnar's daughter, Marissa, did not deserve that. And I know that you would not like to work with someone like that. That is why I am here, not to persecute you, but to try and help you.
As Taramin hears all this, he just stands there for a second, almost speechless, not knowing what to say. How long were you with them?
I wish I could say a short time, but decades. When I was young, I struggled. Family was poor. Mother starved to death, left me by myself. Father was never in the picture to begin. I needed aid, and they aided me. And in return, I fought for them. But as time went on, they gave me more important jobs. And eventually I started to realize that I wasn't working for some normal organization, but I was working for a monster. I know I can't make up for the things I've done. That's not what I'm trying to do. My soul is already condemned. I just want to try and save others from the same fate, and perhaps help right some of the wrongs that the Black Parade has done. I have more information, but not about the Black Parade, but about your captain, Bernardus Taramin, our captain, Godrium. I hate to say it, but he's turning against us.
What?
This whole thing, that slab you have, it contains the soul of some... What was it again? As Tack chips in, Salvatore Whitelock. Seems that Salvatore has found some sort of way to be undead, and at some point was locked away in that slab. But he's somehow spoken to Godrium, and for some weird reason Godrium wants to aid in his escape, in his freedom. And apparently the Black Parade had a way of doing that. After the fact, based on what Tack here has told me, he was planning on turning all of us in and disappearing with his second in command, Dominance.
He planned on betraying everyone in the crew?
Aye,
Do they know?
only me and you.
As Taramin brings out the slab, just staring at it.
As you look back at it, you see the skull in the middle and the four swords, kind of like in an X, around the skull. Salvatore Whitelock cursed himself and his crew to make them stronger. Become undead. Become unstoppable. A priest locked them away in that slab. Hundreds of years ago. I do not know how or why, but Salvatore came to Godrium. Perhaps in dreams. But either way, we cannot let Whitelock escape, or he will kill many innocents.
This slab have to remain in one piece for them to be able to use it.
That's the thing. That slab cannot be destroyed. Because if it is, then that is how he can escape. But supposedly that slab seems near indestructible. There's only 2 known ways to break it, but I don't know either of them. Apparently the Black Parade knew one.
Taramin stares at the slab, gripping it, almost like hell-bent on keeping it because of what he was promised from the Black Parade. They told me they would give me his location.
Your father. I might be able to help with that.
As he hears that, you'd help me find him?
As Tack looks to the king, and the king kind of looks down, Yes, I believe he can help you. I know the owl, yes. In fact, he did work with us. The king was kind enough to give me information on some of the nobles from Ikol around the time that your father left. However, there is no evidence to suggest any of them were your father. There's only one man who might be able to help you with that. A man who knows every noble on this continent and has good ties with the Black Parade. A scumbag. A piece of garbage, not worthy to spit on. By the name of Daniel Wecht, the mayor of Ikol. I've told the king exactly what kind of man Wecht is. He was once my friend. He was a good person. I don't know why he would have changed in such a way. But I plan on making sure things are done about that very soon. If you can get that pig to squeal, you may be able to find where your father has gone. Or maybe you can ask Godriel when he arrives. As Bernardus walks over to Taramin. We got a letter.
How long? As Taramin grabs the letter.
Not sure, but he's on his way. He's not very happy.
Taramin reads the letter.
Okay, I will have to send that to you later, because I actually do not have it right now. And I do not feel like pulling my stuff up to try and download it onto my computer. So I will. You can read that later, or I can send it to you later. But basically it goes over that he expected to have heard back by now from either you or the Black Parade, and he has gotten nothing. And he is quite anxious and quite upset. And, well, frankly, pissed off. And that he is going to make his way to Ikol. But when he arrives, he expects an answer as to why it's taking so long.
We'll be ready for him. As Taramin looks at the slab, my foolishness could have gotten more people hurt. As Taramin walks over to the king, handing him the slab, please lock it away. Don't let anyone else have it.
That is likely the best thing to do.
As Taramin looks at Bernardus, Tak, and
Agnar.
Is it? Agnar. Alright. I'll worry about my father a little later. Right now, this is a lot more important.
We don't have an exact estimated time of arrival for your former, I assume, captain. So I wouldn't worry immediately about that. Of course, if you want to, you can head straight to Ikol. But for now, I suggest, once everything is done with figuring out if Fang will be in agreement to your whole idea, that we get you set up with a proper adventuring license.
As Taramin laughs, you knew it was fake from the start.
Well, Kydro knew it was fake. I only learned recently. But either way, you've done nothing but good since arriving here, so I didn't see an issue. The king says I can stay here, along with Tak here in Agnar. Says after the whole Fang debacle, whatever that fucking means, that he's got some info that he would like to share to everyone. So that'll be nice. So I'll be in a castle for a little while, I guess. That's nice.
To introduce you to the group I've been traveling with.
The Rogue Royals, you mean? Who came up with that name?
I guess it was a little bit of all of us.
Definitely like to meet him. As we are going to move to Nura. Nura, you and the Reinhardt stand in front of the entrance to the prison or dungeon within the castle. Are you ready to head down?
Yes.
So, the Reinhardt pulls out a set of keys, and he unlocks the prison dungeon door. Opening it up.
That's a lot of keys.
Earl.
A lot of doors. As he makes his way down, urging you to follow.
I do.
As you follow, you enter into what seems to be multiple cells. Most people here are here for a few months, a year. Some of them won't be leaving. As Nura looking in, you see a variety of races, and one in particular, you just see this human man just kind of punching himself in the head, just holding his head and just muttering nonsense to himself. You see a elven man just sitting there, not really saying anything, just sitting against the wall quietly. But Nura, none of those people are giving you the sensation. No, the sensation, this electricity that is pulling you forward, is coming from much further down.
Nura's gonna walk further down.
Oh, hang on. You're starting to make your way towards his cell.
Him?
Oh, I see. Alright, if that is what Cord wishes. Follow me.
Just gonna cock his eyebrow, but, follow. A little confused, but okay.
As you follow the Reinhardt, this electricity begins to increase. Almost as if it's shocking you. It's like your own body electricity is just moving through your body at such a rapid pace it feels like you're being electrocuted. But it's so subtle.
My tattoo, though?
No, not exactly. It's more of like this just feeling. It's not your own power, it's something else just kind of pushing you forward, but it fills you with unease. Your spine, a chill running up your spine, your arms feel shaky, your stomach is in knots, your heart sinks. You don't know what it is. This horrible feeling overcomes you. Until you get to the very end. A small kind of stone area in front of this single cell. And at the moment, the cell is pitch black, and all you see are these two glowing green eyes.
I look into the cell.
You look into the cell. It is quite dark, but after a moment your eyes do get the chance to adjust. You see, as your eyes adjust to the darkness, an orc. A massive orc. Nura, despite your very large 7'8" frame, this orc would stand a good bit over you. He's got chains wrapped around him, mandibles around his wrists, nothing but tattered pants, these massive metal balls, and on his mouth what looks to be some sort of muzzle. Black hair, just messy black hair, kind of hanging down, with those green eyes just piercing that darkness. He sits, not moving. Don't see much emotion in those eyes. But he does seem to be paying attention to you.
You know me?
He's not going to talk to you. He hasn't spoken to anyone since he was captured. Not a word. He's just been sitting there. Well, that is, he hadn't said a word. For a long time. Until recently. Recently he threatened of a great conflict. Some sort of war. Threatened that our kingdoms would burn and that our peace would be lost. And then, like he had not spoken at all, he went back to silence. Nura, this is Cabal Rock. Nura, you've spent enough time to know who Cabal Rotnik is. this feeling you've had this whole time makes so much more sense and gets so much more intense the moment you know who you're looking at.
Reinhardt, why would I feel a pull to him?
I do not know. The history of the Rotnooks is wide-ranging. Cabal here, along with his brother, spent many years traveling the world and attacking cities, killing, doing horrible things. We were never sure of a reason, but perhaps there was one.
Nura thinks to himself and his eyes kind of go wide as he starts thinking back to some of his first memories of that place burning. You were there, weren't you?
You get this immediate uneasiness. His eyes gain more emotion as he looks at you.
You had something to do with it.
Had to do with what?
First memories I have. Running. My home burned to ashes. Nura continues to look in Cabal's eyes, and Reinhardt starts to see that Nura's tattoos are glowing. Very violently bright.
Take a breath. It's not like he could do anything from in here. These bars, near unbreakable. Even I wouldn't be able to. Those steel balls are made of tungsten, the heaviest metal in the world. He's not going anywhere. After I defeated him, we placed him here, where he will spend the rest of his days, rotting.
What do you know? As Nura slams his fist against the bars.
Nura, as you slam your fist against the bars, the Reinhardt tries to stop you, but you hit the bars. Nura, you are blasted back. Like, putting impact on that metal literally causes this reverberation of magic that sends you flying backwards. Are you alright?
Nura just kind of opens his eyes after having again slammed back.
Those bars are enchanted. Any sort of physical attack causes a knockback. To further keep him from trying anything.
Rodnik, what do you know?
You can't really see his mouth. You can only see his rage, these eyes of lack of emotion, but also full at the moment looking at you. You can't tell if it's pleasure or rage, but you could swear that behind that muzzle, you can swear he is smiling, knowing how angry you're getting.
You know what? It's a good thing that you're rotting in this cell. Whether you had something to do with this or not. Oh, you failed. As I might be the last Storm Herald. That means I was your first mistake. You failed.
Cabal failed the moment he tried to harm innocent life for the first time. That sent him down the path that has led him to where he is today, and where he will remain forever. Are you ready to go? Or do you need more time?
I'm good. As Nura calms down and his tattoos begin to fade from color. As Nura begins to walk away.
Shaman.
Hello.
Shaman, you and John have just been sitting in here, chatting about basically nothing the whole time. Just little small points of nothingness. John is very awkward. He just kind of sits in silence, mentions a book or two. You mentioned that you don't know how to read. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, you mentioned, oh, I've never read this book, and then he explains a bit of it, and it sounds boring, so eventually he stops. And then he, talks about something else, you talk about something. Nothing really particularly interesting. The two of you have just been sitting in here for quite some time.
So, are you nervous about 3 days from now?
Yeah, to be honest. Well, ever since I got him, I've known Fang to be nothing more than aggressive, hateful, and monstrous. So I don't see why he's acting like he's gonna get along.
Fang, are you in there? If so, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
He says he doesn't want to talk to you.
Why do you not want to talk to me? I mean, we're going to be partying. Well, we're going to be adventuring with each other.
We're gonna be partying. Just because the Fang in a fucking like jock jacket, just like fuck yeah.
He looks like Venom with all like the glow stick.
Yes, exactly that.
We're going to be adventuring together. You're not going to be able to escape me, at least. So,
The Reinhardt opens the door. John just kind of jumping in surprise. Oh, it's you guys. Nora, you
hi,
are
old man.
Nora, you are with him.
Hi, Nora.
Time to get you all back together. Say bye to John.
Wait, Nora, you okay? You look kind of...
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well,
I don't want to talk about it.
if you want, I can just sort of offer you a, She just, like, goes into her pocket and pulls out a bread piece. I can give you this. Maybe this will make you feel better.
Where do you get those?
Bread in the pocket?
Where are you hiding that bread?
Oh, I have a bag of holding.
No,
and it
you
just
do
has a lot
not.
of bread. Then Afara just siphons to me
No, she has the bread bag of holding.
the bread bag of holding.
It can hold a near infinite amount of bread specifically. If you put anything
Only
else,
bread.
if you
Nothing
put
else.
anything else in there, it just pops back out. Say bye to John. About time we get you all back together.
But I didn't get to tell him my backstory.
Save it for the next episode. As he just like leads you out. Bye.
Hi, John.
Bye. So you, closing that door, you guys make your way towards the King's Hall. Peregrine, you make your way back, and you just see Taramin sharing an ale with the King. So now, Rogue Royals, you are all back in the same room. So I hope you all had fun with your personal little journeys there. Felt like it took over half an episode. Okay, enough fourth wall breaks. As he drinks his ale. You're free to have another ale, Reinhardt, if you want to talk to them about anything, or if they want to talk to you about something. Oh yes, of course, if any of you want to talk, that's fine.
I need to go meet up with someone and then go get my surgery.
Taramin, do you need somebody to comfort you during your surgery?
I think I'll have someone, but if you want to join, you can.
I can join after I see Afara if you'd want.
I'll get surgery too.
Well, I have to go see Vanessa, so I'm heading to the bar first.
Edu can join.
Is Afara at the bar, Joseph?
Yes, he is.
Well, perfect.
The bar is
Afara's
also because the bar is also an inn. So.
Afara's there too, so we can make our way there.
All right. Well, I guess none of you want to talk to me. That's fine. You know, legendary Reinhardt.
Sorry, I don't know you, old man.
Taramin looks at Reinhardt. Reinhardt,
Yep.
Reinhardt.
after I'm done with my surgery and talking to these two, pointing to Nora and Peregrine, I'd love to hear some of your stories.
Fantastic. Oh, you were saying something, Nora.
Still have to talk. About the Storm Heralds, or was it someone else you were going to lead me to? Or
No, I was going to talk to you about the storm.
okay.
We'll do that another time, I guess. All right, Rogue
All right.
Royals. I will
Right.
see you in no less than 3 days, and hopefully all goes well.
Well then, I have business with a tailor. Nora walks out.
Bye.
So I assume you
Excuse me, I
guys all head out of the castle. You all make your way out of the castle. All of you having dealt with everything you need to there, getting back on the horses and making your way across the massive bridge, watching the door slowly open, knowing those Goliaths are on the other side pulling those heavy chains. Before you all once again enter the city, returning the horses. And now, you guys may do whatever it is you want. As far as the whole party goes, you were planning on meeting with Miria, but you can wait to do that later.
Taramin will get surgery first before talking to Mary again.
Understandable.
And you know what? Hold on. Taramin actually looks at Peregrine Nera. Actually, can we go to the bar first before I go get my surgery? I just need to get some stuff off my chest.
Yeah, so I guess everyone's gonna head to the bar first then?
Yes.
Rogue Royals, you enter Daria's Blackout Brews. Upon entering, Daria just goes, "Welcome to Daria." Woo!
Hey, Daria.
She just cheers, and the moment that starts, you notice other people in the bar, including, funny enough, Nora, you see Sally, the satyr, the tailor, is already in the bar having a few drinks at the moment, and she sees you. She starts cheering. You see Constantine, the doctor, the tiefling doctor, and he starts cheering when he sees you. You see that guy that you think his name was Gerald in the corner. He has a bucket on his head, and he just starts punching it, screaming.
That's so Gerald.
As you see Afara, noticing everyone cheering, he just looks around in confusion, then sees you all, and a smile kind of forms across his face. And you see Vanessa, who holds up a drink and just kind of like goes like, "Woo!" as they're all cheering for you guys.
Nura's gonna lean into Tarmin's ear and say, "I think they're gonna kill us."
You know
never
what?
gotten praise
I wouldn't blame them.
I've never
Yeah.
gotten praise before.
It's just, he's like a Nosuke.
Somebody else.
As
Fortunately, it's being outshadowed by all this unyielding rage!
As Daria just says out loud, "Everyone, these are the Rogue Royals. And we want to congratulate you guys on the name and for successful work and hopefully soon something even better. But we would like to reward you guys, all four of you. Oh, sorry, all three of you with a blackout brew. And for Shaman, Goro, as Goro brings out this giant loaf of bread.
he just cut the hell out. Just heard her squeal and just cut.
As he places the bread in front of Afara, and Afara is just like, "Come on, I know you're going to eat all of it in one sitting."
Shaman runs over and just jumps into his lap.
Oh,
Give me bread!
Alright, get off, please. Yes, you see that Daria immediately makes a blackout brew for all three of you guys.
As Taramin walks over to Vanessa's table. Hello there.
Taramin, good to see you're still alive.
I told you I'd be back.
Heard that you had a bit of a rough spot with what was it, an owlbear?
Don't remind me.
Nura hears owlbear. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Nura grabs his ale and walks over to the tailor. I have a gift for you.
A gift for me? Well, what is it?
Nura reaches into his very stuffed look bag and places an owlbear pelt right in front of him.
Well, Sally blinks. Wow, this would actually be really useful. Thanks.
No problem. Alan, I heard you wanted to talk.
Oh, yes. So, Darius has this really nice thing where some of their best meals are half off. It should be in the next 2 days. I was wondering if you wanted to come up, just me and you, and have a meal and a drink.
just those 3 dots until you finally see the light bulb. Oh.
Yeah.
I did math.
Oh, sure.
That'd be great. Alright, well, I'm actually gonna get over to the shop, but I will see you in 2 days. Right.
Ooh.
As she takes her ale, walking out, giving a wink, and kind of like letting her satyr little tail kind of flick purposefully as she makes her way out.
Aw. You're so cute.
Burger and Taramin, you want to take the booth? You want to talk?
As Charm says, yeah, I'll be right there.
Alright.
As Tarmin sits at Vanessa's table for a second.
Okay.
Oh.
How have you been doing?
Fine. Just, day to day.
I get that.
Though, gotta be honest, I have missed you guys.
As he smiles,
Some a little more than others.
Vanessa, I was wondering, I'm gonna be getting a surgery done today.
A surgery?
I have a tumor in my eye.
Damn.
Her face she just looks a good bit surprised. Oh,
I was wondering if you could be there when I get it done.
me? Why me?
Well, you were there when you comforted me during that moment when I was going through a stressful time that one night.
Yeah.
I was hoping you could be there for me during this moment as well.
She just kind of gives a soft smile. Of course I can do that for you, Taramin.
Aw.
If you buy me a drink.
Oh.
He smiles. I think I can make that happen. As he looks at Daria. Daria,
Yep.
can I get another blackout brew?
That'll be 20.
He will place down the gold.
She makes the blackout brew and hands it, and Vanessa has a drink.
Why don't you join me, Peregrine, and her at the booth?
Sure. That's fine.
As Tarmin looks at everyone, I think it's about time I told you the truth about me. Ecole was my home. My father abandoned me on the streets of Ecole at the age of 4. I spent 12 years in that city as a street rat surviving. Each day it was either steal or get beaten up. When I reached 16, I had stolen from a group of people that I probably shouldn't have stolen from. They trapped me in an alleyway. I tried to defend myself, aiming for non-vital areas. One of them hits my arm up. I stabbed his heart. That was the first kill I ever had. The first life I snuffed out. The 2 other guys started to beat me to a bloody pulp. I almost died. Until 2 people saved me that day. The man I consider to be a father figure in my life, Bernardus. He's actually here in the city, and I'd like for you guys to meet him. And then the other person, Goldrium. He's the captain of a ship known as the Witch by the Sea. They took me on board the ship, and I've been a pirate for 4 years. Originally, I had no intentions to ever come back to this hellhole I called a home. But Goldrium told me to come back, that I had a job to do. I had to meet a group and set up business plans with them. I told him originally I was not going. I did not want to come back to Iora. I only came back because he told me one thing. My old man's still alive. I came back to kill him.
I know that part's kind of obvious.
Yeah, that Canaway's done to you. I'm not surprised.
I mean, do you need help? Do we know where he is? I mean,
Yeah, look, I've got a shotgun and a frying pan. You just tell me the location, and I'll be there.
I've been looking for another notch to my rap sheet.
There's someone that does know where he's at. The problem is that I don't know how I'm gonna get that info off of him. 'Cause, well, he always has his bodyguard right near him. It's whacked.
Oh, okay, you just said it. I was gonna tell them to roll insight. Yeah, you guys both hear whacked.
Whacked. God.
Right.
Damn it.
We remember hearing that name.
You remember whacked. You talked to him.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. How could I forget that?
You also remember his bodyguard, who was, let's just say intimidating is an understatement.
A problem.
Originally, I was just gonna set out and just kill my old man and be done with it. The more I stayed with the party, the more fun I actually had. To be honest, he kind of just struggles to get the next words out. In my whole entire life, I've never been this happy. Happy to meet you too, Shaman, the people we met along the way, John. As he looks at Vanessa.
She just kind of smiles, like, half-heartedly. Hey, I'm sorry. Taramin, can I ask, who's this group that you're supposed to meet?
As he looks at, to make sure no one else is looking, I'm no longer with the Witch by the Sea. After I just learned everything about their true colors today. As he places down the coin on the table.
Vanessa just gets up and doesn't say a word. She just walks out of the bar. And all three of you notice where she was sitting, where her hand was. You see claw marks that just tear across the spot she was sitting.
He grabs the coin as he places it back in his pocket. I just thought I'd be honest with you guys. As he walks out of the bar to go catch up with Vanessa.
Taramin, I need you to roll perception once you get outside.
Alright. Well...
In the bustling city of Rein, you struggle to find Vanessa at the moment.
As Taramin takes a breath, he'll try once more to see if he can try and find her.
Alright, go right on ahead.
Wow, that was way worse. That's a 10.
It's a whole 2 points worse. You know, Taramin, you look around, you just back and forth in the crowd. Nothing. You don't see her at all. You don't see any indication of where she went. It's like you went out and she was... It's like she walked out and then she was just gone.
I guess I might have fucked up.
I will give you one last chance.
Oh.
Roll 20!
Wow!
The power of love.
The power of love!
Wow, I really was like, should I might give him one more chance, I wasn't sure. And then bam, that last chance, natural 20. Taramin, as you kind of feel this, I kind of fucked up. This kind of feeling in your heart burns like, no, I need to find her, I have to find her. And you start moving through. You see her. You see, in the distance, you see a woman, Vanessa. You see her making her way through the kind of alleyways. The alleyways aren't messy here in the city. They're actually very nice. They're basically just like large walkways. But you see her making her way through those. But as you start to follow her, Taramin, you notice something. It's a little ways away. But you look up as you see a glint of metal, maybe? And you see someone, you can't make out who. You see someone moving from rooftop to rooftop. They're making their way kind of further into the city, from where you are at least. After a moment, they disappear. Not literally, but they just kind of disappear out of view.
That's weird. Is Taramin just thinking, should he go after that, like, one thing, or... Taramin just thinks for a second, says no. As he goes over to where Vanessa is. Vanessa.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have reacted like that.
You're fine. I'm sorry.
As you can see, she kind of puts her hands on this bench in this like little middle area. There's a tree in the middle with some benches around it. She just puts her hands on the bench and you can see her legs are shaking. And this is when you notice, Taramin. You think back to the claw marks on the table. You see stripes, black stripes, across her arms.
Taramin sees this. What's with the stripes?
She just kind of stops quickly, and they just disappear. And she grabs her arms. I should really go.
Vanessa.
You're strong for being able to talk about it. Talk about everything, but I don't think I'm ready yet.
As Taramin places his hand on her shoulder. Vanessa. You don't have to talk about it. As Taramin just pulls her close as he hugs her.
She sort of puts her arms around you, kind of putting her face against your neck. She just whispers, I'm sorry, as she pulls away and she walks away.
As he watches her leave, Taramin just takes a breath as he starts to make his way back to the inn.
And you know what? I think that's where we'll end it today.
Aww.
Okay, well, I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope anyone listening had fun. And we will see you guys, hopefully, next time. Stay adventurous.